In the name of Allah, who is the most bounteous and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. I am engineer Bahadur Ali Khan. Welcome to the Brave Academy. In the previous video, we have discussed the Jambos and Bjerrim method to compute the elastic settlement in the soil. And in today's lecture, we will discuss the Schmittmann's method to compute the elastic settlement in the soils. The Jambos and Bjerrim method is mainly for the clayey soils, and the Schmittmann's method is mainly for the granular soils, sands. So the Schmittmann's method developed settlement method for spread footing on granular soils. The method is very useful when this method is very useful when the CPT data or SPT data are given to compute the modulus of elasticity of the subsoil. From those results we can find the ES value, and that is useful in the Schmittmann's method. Here this is a general formula to find the elastic settlement in the soil by Schmittmann's method. S is equal to C1 C2 C3 Q bar sigma IS IZ over ES into delta Z. Here C1 is the embedment factor or depth factor, that is equal to 1 minus 0.5 sigma naught prime over Q prime, and C2 is the time factor, that is equal to the 1 plus 0.2 log T by 0.1. C3 is the shape factor, that is 1 in case of square or circular footing, and in case of other footing is 1.03 minus 0.03 L by B. Here Q bar Q prime is the net contact pressure at footing base. Sigma naught prime is the effective overburden pressure at footing base. IZ is a strain influence factor at depth Z below the footing base. ES equal to the modulus of elasticity of the soil, and ES equal to the 2.5 or 3.5 QC. QC is the cone penetration resistance, and ES in case of square footing or circular footing is 2.5 QC, and in case of strip footing this will be the 3.5 QC, and again QC is the cone penetration resistance. Here IZ is a strain influence factor that can be calculated by using formulas. You can see here this is corresponding to the base of footing, and from the depth from the base of the footing directly relate to the value of IZ. So here are two lines, one is a solid line and other is a dotted line. The solid line is for the square footing, and this is dotted line that is for the strip footing. And this is a formula for IZ peak. You can see here thus for solid line, that is for square footing, the I peak, the maximum value of IZ will occur at the depth of 0.5 B. At the depth of 0.5 B from the base of the footing, your IZ will be give the peak value. And for the strip footing, that is the dotted line, for in case of strip footing your peak value will be at the depth of 1B, from the base of the footing. Okay, if your breadth is 10, you can say if your breadth is 10, in case of square footing it will give you the maximum value of IZ at 5, and in case of strip footing it will be give you the maximum value at 10. Okay, so the formula for IZ peak in both cases for square footing or strip footing will be the same. IZ peak equal to 0.5 plus 0.1 into Q prime divided by delta sigma prime Vp की power 1 by 2. Here delta sigma Vp prime equal to the effective overburden pressure at a depth of 0.5 B for square footing and at the depth of B for strip footing. This is the effective overburden pressure at the corresponding depth at which IZ gives the peak value. Here I further explain you that, let me zoom. See here, if the peak value is the same for both cases, this formula, and if you want to calculate the IZ value for square footing when the depth less than the 0.5 B and the depth less than the 0.5b, you will use this formula Iz equal to 0.1 plus Zc over b by 2 into I peak minus 0.1. And if your depth is greater than 0.5b, you will use this formula. You can see here this arrow, Iz equal to 2 by 3 I peak into 2 minus Zc over b. And in case of stiff footing, if your depth less than 1b, you will use this formula Iz equal to 0.2 plus Zc over b into I peak minus 0.2. And in case if your depth is greater than 1b, then you will use this formula for calculating the Iz equal to 1 by 3 I peak into 4 minus Zc over b. But if your depth equal to the 0.5b in case of square footing and equal to the 1b in case of stiff footing, then your Iz value will be equal to the Iz peak value that can be calculated by this formula. So here is the example in which we will solve the settlement value by the Schmidt-Benz method. By solving this example problem, there will be no problem for you to solve any other problem by Schmidt-Benz method. The figure shows the results of CPT sounding at a site. The subsoil at the site consists of young normally consolidated sand with some interbedded silts. The groundwater table is at 2 meter below the surface. A stiff footing 2.5 by 30 meter is to be founded at 2 meter depth below the surface and will be loaded with gross bearing pressure 200 kPa. Compute the settlement of the footing soon after the construction, after 5 years, after 50 years of construction. These are the results for cone penetration test. He divided it into the number of layers corresponding to the same cone penetration resistance. You can see here this from head to head lies in the same range. This called it as layer 1 and approximate it as a straight line and name it as 2, and this as 3, this as 4, and here the cone penetration resistance increases. This is 5, and here the cone penetration resistance is load, and from here to here name as 6, and similarly name the layers at which the cone penetration resistance is approximately lying in the same range. Here you can see here this is the table of the results. Now, layer number 1, that is from the 2 to 3 meter depth, and layer number 2, that is from 3 to 5 meter depth, and layer number 3, that is from the 5 to 6 meter depth. He has given to us corresponding cone penetration resistance to all these layers, and he used the layer number from 1 to 7 and gives us the corresponding cone penetration resistance. Why he used layer number 1 to 7, not go further layer number 8, 9, 10? So see here, from depth 2 to 12, he goes from depth to 2 to 12, and what will be the total depth from 2 to 12? 10 meter. And as in our case the footing is stiff footing, and in stiff footing you can see here the value of influence factor Iz, strain influence factor Iz, ranges up to the 4b influence factor. There will be value of influence factor up to the depth 4b, and in our case you can see here the breadth is 2.5, so 4b will be the 4 into 2.5. 4 into 2.5 you will be given as 10 meter. So he used the layer numbers for the depth equal to the 10 meter from 2 to 10. If let's suppose there may be a square footing, then the number of layers up to the 2b, up to the depth 2b. Let's suppose our breadth equal to the 2.5, and up to the 2b that will be 2 into 2.5, that will give 5 meter. Okay, then you will give only the number of layers from 2 to 7. The distance will be 5 meter. But in our case there is stiff footing, so we goes up to the distance up to the depth 4b, that is 10 meter from 2 to 12. This is given to us. Now we will solve this. Let's solve. Yeah, there is a solution. He has given us Q 200 kPa. Remember this? He has given us the gross bearing pressure, and this is not the net bearing pressure. We have to calculate the net bearing pressure. Gross bearing pressure is 200 kPa, and he has not given us the gamma value. I assume it as gamma equal to 18 kilonewton per meter cube. Depth of footing is 2 meter given to us. B by L is 2.5 by 30 meter footing size. Now generate this table. First one is layer numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then is delta Z in meter. Delta Z is the layer height. So you can see here the first layer is 2 to 3 meter, the layer height will be 1 meter, and second one is the 3 to 5 meter, the layer height will be 2 meter, and third one is 5 to 6, that is 1, 6 to 7 also equal to 1, 7 to 8 also equal to 1, 8 to 9 also equal to 1, and 9 to 12 equal to 3 meter. So I fill it 1, 2, 1, 1, and last one is 3. So QC in megapascal. Remember that you will use the ES value in this formula. Use this in megapascal. So I am going to he has given us the QC value in kg per centimeter square, so convert it into the megapascal for calculating the ES value in megapascal. So I convert it into the megapascal, 1.962 megapascal. You can you know the unit conversion, so if you not know, I will convert the one value. This is 20 kg per meter square. First convert the kg into Newton, multiply by this by 9.81, this will become Newton, and divided by centimeter square. So in 1 centimeter there is 10 millimeter, so I will do that on 10 square, as in 1 centimeter there are 10 millimeter, that will give you the 1.962 megapascal. As you know that Newton per millimeter square is equal to the megapascal, so this will be equal to the megapascal. So you can convert all these values into the megapascal. Then is the ZC. ZC is the depth from the base of the footing to the center of the layer. From the base of the footing to the center of the layer. Now the layer number 1, the ZC value is 0.5. From the base of the footing to the center of this layer will be half of this 0.5, and from base of footing to this layer will be 2. You can see here this distance is 1 for first layer, and this layer, the middle of this layer will be 1. So 1 and 1 will be 2. So at the middle of this layer will be, center of this layer will be 2 plus 1 3, and half of this 0.5 3.5. For this one 2 plus 1 3 plus 1 4, and half of this 4.5. Similarly 5.5 6.5, and for this will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and half of this will be 1.5, and you will get 8.5. After that ES that is equal to the 3.5 QC in case of strip footing. In our case our footing is strip footing, so we will use 3.5 QC, but if there is square footing we will use 2.5 QC, and just multiply with this QC values by 3.5. multiply with this 3.5, you will get 6.867. multiply this by 3.5, you will get this. Multiply this by 3.5, you will get this, and similarly so on. After that we will compute the IG, that is the strain influence factor. We will calculate it corresponding to the ZC values. I have already explained it how you can calculate it. So let's see ZC at 0.5. ZC at 0.5, you can see here we will use this dotted line, as this is for strip footing, and solid line for square footing. So C at only dotted line. I will zoom it to clear for you. You can see here when ZC equal to 0.5, 0.5 is less than 0.5 B, we will use this dotted line, as 0.5 is less than 1B. 1B, what is 1B in our case? 1B is 2.5, as our breadth equal to 2.5, so 1B is in our case 2.5. So 0.5 is less than 2.5, so we will use this relation Iz equal to 0.2 plus Zc over B into I peak minus 0.2. So first of all, we will have to calculate I peak value to use this for Iz less than 1B and Iz at greater than 1B depth. So first we will compute this one, Iz peak. So let's compute this. Iz peak equal to 0.5 plus 0.1 q prime over delta sigma prime Vp key power 1 by 2. You can see here delta sigma Vp prime equal to 18 into 2 plus 2.5 equal to 81 kPa. This is the effective overburden pressure at the depth equal to the 1B. Okay, this is the effective overburden pressure. You can see here effective overburden pressure at a depth 0.5 B for scale footing and 1 B for stiff footing. And in our case, the B distance is, the breadth is 2.5. So 18 into 2 is the depth of footing and 2.5 is the breadth of footing. Okay, 2 is the depth of footing. You can see here 2 is the depth of footing from here to here, and 2.5 is our breadth of footing, that is from here to here in our case. So 18 into 2 plus 2.5, that will be give you 81 kPa. And Q prime is the net footing pressure. He has given to you gross bearing pressure, that cannot be used in that formula. We will use net bearing pressure. For net bearing pressure equal to the gross bearing pressure minus gamma dF, gamma density into depth of footing. 200 minus gamma, that is 18, multiplied by depth of footing. Depth of footing is 2 meter. So it will give you 164 kPa. Just put the values in this formula. Now Q prime is 164 and delta sigma prime Vp is 81. Calculate it, you will get 0.642, that is Iz peak value. Now we will calculate Iz value for all layers at Zc depth. Now compute the value for Zc equal to 0.5. Zc equal to 0.5, as 0.5 is less than 1B. 1B is the 2.5 in our case. Our breadth is 2.5. 1B is 2.5 and Zc is 0.5. 0.5 will fall below the 1B distance. So we will use, you can see here, Iz equal to 0.2 plus Zc over B into I peak minus 0.2. Just put the values. 0.2 plus Zc, that is 0.5 by 2.5 into I peak, we computed it here, 0.642 minus 0.2, that will give you the value 0.2884. Similarly, for Zc equal to 2, that is also less than the 2.5. So Zc equal to 2, also use this formula for that, and you will get the value 0.5536. For Zc equal to 2, only this value will be changed, Zc, other values will be same. And now the third Zc value is 3.5. Let's suppose if here will be 2.5, you will use the I peak value corresponding to the 2.5, as 2.5 will be equal to your breadth B distance. So you will use here I peak value. So there is no Zc equal to 2.5. So now there is 3.5 and bigger values. For 3.5, as 3.5 is greater than the 1B value, that is 2.5, as 3.5 greater than 2.5, so you will use now this formula. You can see this arrow, and this is the formula for the greater values of Zc than 1B distance. Iz equal to 1 by 3 I peak into 4 minus Zc by B. Just put here 3.5 and I peak value, you know, 0.642. Compute it. Iz will be 0.5564, and for 4.5, 5.5, 6.5 and 8.5 also use this formula, as the value of Zc is greater than 2.5. So you will get Iz corresponding to Zc. After that, find this factor Iz by Es multiplied by delta Z. You know Iz corresponding Es and corresponding delta Z is here. compute for all this factor, and at last sum all these values. You will get the value by summation 0.24695. and IZ peak I have also told you. Here you will use this formula, that is Schmidt-Mann's formula, to find the elastic settlement of the soils. This is mainly for the sands. So SC equal to the C1 C2 C3 Q prime summation IZ over ES into delta Z. There are three cases to find the settlement. First one is soon after construction, after 5 years, and after 50 years of construction. So I calculate first for case 2. We know this factor summation IZ over ES delta Z that we have calculated above. Q prime we know. These factors we will calculate C1 C2 C3. First we will calculate C1, that is depth factor or embedment factor, 1 minus 0.5 sigma naught prime over Q prime. The sigma naught prime will be equal to the 18 into 2, that is the effective overburden pressure at footing depth. As in our case footing depth is 2, so 18 into 2, that will be give you a 37 kilonewton per meter scale. The C1 will give you the value 1 minus 0.5, put it here 36, Q prime you know 164, C1 will be equal to the 0.89. Now calculate the shape factor C3, that is equal to the 1.03 minus 0.03 L by B. So put the values, L you know, B you know, and you will get the C3 0.67. These two factors will remain same for the three cases, for immediate after construction, for 5 years after construction, and after 50 years after construction settlement, but the time factor will be changed. The time factor C2 will be equal to 1 plus 0.2 log T by 0.1, 1 plus 0.2 log 5 by 0.1. As we are calculating the settlement after 5 years, so I put the value for T 5. So you calculate it, C2 will be 1.339. So this is the formula for Schmidt-Mann's method to find the elastic settlement of the soil. Now you know all the values C1, C2, C3 and Q prime and summation all this factor. Just put the values, you will get the settlement after 5 years 32.33 millimeter. Now we are going to calculate the settlement after 50 years. The C1 is 0.89 and C3 is 0.67. This is the depth factor or embedment factor we have already calculated, and this is the shape factor. This will remain same for 50 years also, but the time factor will be changed. C2 is equal to the 1 plus 0.2 log T by 0.1. As you can see here, for C1 this formula, C2 this formula, and C3 this formula. I have already explained it, and just put the T equal to 50 and you will get C2, that is 1.5397. Use the same formula, and again just the C2 value will change and your settlement value will be equal to the 37.18 millimeter. Now for case 1, immediate after construction, use C2 equal to 1, that is time factor. I use it equal to 1, and you will use the same formula and you will get the immediate settlement after construction 24.15 millimeter. I hope you understand it. If you have any problem about any question, then you can send me. I will help out. My WhatsApp number will be given in the description of this video. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that you can get a notification of my new videos. Allah Hafiz.